Hello everyone. In this video, the rest part of the topic for standard 10th CBSE biology I would like to cover. So, starting from the excretion. Excretion is left. So, very simple. First of all, you know what is excretion? The removal of nitrogenous waste from the body, especially the urea, uric acid and ammonia. Out of these, the uric acid is the least toxic, ammonia is the more toxic. So if they accumulate in the body, they create allergic responses and poisonous. So their elimination is the called excretion. Excretion and ejection is different thing. Secretion is different thing. So in excretion, how can you define? The group of organ excretory system we have which contain one pair of kidney, bean-shaped kidney and having adrenal gland. Very simply you can draw the diagram, you are familiar with that. How can you make the diagram of kidney? Very simply, the right kidney should be made slightly upper than the left kidney is made upper than the right one, and there is a cap like structure, adrenal gland you can draw, and two blood vessels entering. One is the artery, another is a vein. So both enter in both the kidney. You can draw this diagram like this. Very simply you can draw it. Okay, these vessels further proceeds, and in this one you can make here collecting duct that receive the urine and form a ureter. So very simply you can draw this diagram. In this way you can receive the through collecting duct, and then you can make here urinary bladder, one urinary bladder in which the two ureters bring the urine, and there is a urethra which is guarded by a sphincter muscles. So very easily you can draw the diagram. This one is called renal arteries, renal vein. So renal refer to kidney, and inside the kidney there are the unit of excretion is nephron. So it is also asked to you to draw the diagram of nephron very easily. I am just drawing that to understand. It has a Bowman capsule. One kidney has further three parts. You are already familiar that cortex, medulla and pelvis. Cortex, medulla and pelvis. Okay. So in cortex and medulla region there are 1 million nephron, which is called as the unit of excretion, present in every kidney. So we have altogether 2 million nephron. How can you draw the single nephron diagram? Very easily. You make a capsule like a structure in this way and turn it upside down like this way and bring it. This is the PCT, proximal convoluted tubules, and this one is a loop of Henle which becomes slightly thinner at the loop, and then descend it, make it slightly wider, and then turn it here, DCT, distal convoluted tubule, and then make it join along with this collecting duct. Okay, and this collecting duct further, this one is the collecting duct. So filtration taking place. What diagram I have made, its position is like this one. Okay, and collecting duct finally tie the secretion into the ureter, and through ureter, two ureter, one urinary bladder, the urine is deposited in the urinary bladder. So is it not very difficult? you can label here the loop of Henle. This one is the loop of Henle. So you can easily draw the diagram. I am not wasting your time. You can how much time I take to draw this diagram. So if you practice twice or thrice, you can easily draw as well as label. So labeling is not very difficult. Okay. Renal arteries, renal vein, adrenal, kidney, ureter, urinary bladder, urethra. So in this way, excretion. In excretion, you will have to know that near about in altogether in both the kidney, 180 liters of urine means glomerulus filtration. This one is a glomerulus having the blood vessels come and leave. So through renal artery, or you call renal artery having a afferent and efferent arteries. So through afferent arteries the blood comes, and through efferent arteries the blood goes. Efferent. So as you will draw the diagram, its lumen is slightly wider and its lumen is slightly narrower. So net of pressure is created inside the Bowman capsule, that is glomerulus. This one is called glomerulus, in which the blood vessels passes through a cup-like structure, that is called Bowman capsule, and with the help of this pressure, the blood filter. In this filtration, there is just a small slit through which the useful material as well as harmful nitrogenous waste both get eliminated. So 180 liter per day the glomerulus filtration is done. But this long tubular structure, the PCT, loop of Henle and DCT, they are designed in such a way that the reabsorption taking place. So in excretion, three phenomena taking place. One is the filtration. With the help of pressure, the blood filter, the glomerulus filtrate collected, and when the glomerulus filtrate passes through PCT, and PCT means proximal convoluted tubule, that is nearer to the Bowman capsule, and this one is a loop of Henle, and this one is a DCT, distal means the farther, convoluted means curved tubules. So in these both the tubules, the useful glucose, suppose that glucose is there, some water is there, excessive water is there, all are eliminated from the filtrate, glomerulus filtrate, and then finally urine is made. During this period, this whole loop of Henle as well as PCT, DCT, they are also provided with blood vessels. Blood vessels, they are surrounded with the blood vessels. So blood vessels also excrete some material into it. So three things happen. One is the filtration, another is the absorption, reabsorption, and the third is the secretion. Some urea or nitrogenous fluids are secreted inside this loop of Henle and convoluted tubules. So in this way, removal of waste is taking place. All animals, okay, entire animal kingdoms are categorized in three categories. One is the aminotelic. Aminotelic means ammonia, they excrete ammonia. So all aquatic organisms are aminotelic. So we are human beings, we excrete as a urea. So we are ureotelic, and the birds and reptiles, they are called amniotelic, uricotelic. So ammonotelic, ureotelic or uricotelic, uric acid. Through their cloaca, birds and other reptiles, they are terrestrial, the uric acid is less toxicants, and these are the mechanism to minimize the loss of water. So as the aquatic animals have no deficit of water, so they easily excrete through ammonia. But right from mammal to birds, aviators, they divide they generally they have terrestrial habit, they develop terrestrial habit, means they have developed, evolved to minimize the loss of water. That's why uric acid is, which is less toxic, eliminated from their body. So this type of question may be asked. And excretion in case of kidney failure, okay, the person is kept on hemodialysis. So hemodialysis is nothing, it is the keeping the patient at the artificial kidney. So what happens here? The blood from the arteries is taken from the patient where the kidneys are failure, and then it is allowed to pass through tubes which is selectively permeable, and this tube is dipped in a solution dialyzer that is equivalent to our blood, except they have less amount of nitrogenous waste. So by the osmosis process, the waste get rid of, and further the blood is returned through the vein. So in this way, the person, when in case of kidney failure, kept on hemodialysis. So in this way you can easily I think complete this one if the question comes. Next we have a control and coordination. So how can you describe? Students feel very difficult to draw the diagram of human brain. Just you will observe within 2 to 3 minutes I can draw your diagram. First of all, how can you make the diagram? You draw like this one. Make the pons veruli, medulla. This type of a structure you can draw, no problem. Then make this type of a fan-like structure you can draw here. A fan-like structure, hand fan-like structure. Then you can draw one quadrilateral type of diagram you can draw here, which may interrupt to this one. Any problem to draw this one? Then a pumpkin-like structure you can draw here, and then make it. This one is the how much time it takes to draw the diagram? At least very simple, I can easily draw. Now level it. So this one is nothing, this one is the pons veruli, this one is the cerebellum, these are the cerebrum, the forebrain, and this part is called, the upper part is called hypothalamus is here, thalamus is here, and this is a corpus callosum. You can leave it, but you can say it has a midbrain. In 10th standard you can label it midbrain. And this one is the pons, this one is the medulla oblongata, is the right, and these are the spinal cord. So in this way you can easily label the diagram. Now know the function. This cerebellum, medulla and pons called the hindbrain. This one is the midbrain, and cerebrum is the forebrain. Okay, brain is technically called encephalon. Okay, so the brain is first of all protected by cranium, a brain box, cranium. We are craniata, means our brain is protected by meningeal layers, dura mater, arachnoid, pia mater, and these all are surrounded by cerebrospinal fluid. Then your brain is protected, and very soft and delicate organ. So write the function, what are the function of different parts. So the main cerebrum is the main this one is the forebrain, and it is the main center of intelligence, speech, voluntary action, and all the important parts, decisions are made by this one cerebrum. Cerebellum is for muscular coordination as well as balancing as well as posture, right posture, the posture of your body when you walk, when you sit, when you even stand, you have a particular posture, so that is maintained by the cerebellum. And medulla control involuntary action. Involuntary action means your heart, your lungs, which are not under our peristalsis movement, the movement of food, all are controlled by medulla oblongata. Sneezing, coughing, which is not under our control, all are regulated by medulla oblongata. Such types of symptoms if you develop, you will understand that your medulla is disturbing. Okay, pons is the center of respiration. So in this way easily you can describe the structure of brain. And one important question related to this brain is the reflex action and reflex arc. So how can you make the reflex action or reflex arc? It is an arc like a structure, like arc. What is arc? That is not the circumference which doesn't cover the complete is called an arc. So arc means what? Our certain actions in our body are quick, and they do, if there is a delay, can cause severe damage. So they are disposed by the spinal cord itself. We have a central nervous system as a brain and a spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system extending the 12 pairs of cranial nerves in the skull region, and there are 31 pairs as a spinal nerves. All goes to different part of your body, and they run through the current nerve impulse. They regulate the muscles and bring about the movement, and in this way we are controlled and coordinated. We have to perform various functions at a time we require the coordination action. So how can it possible? Okay, so until or unless this central nervous system will not coordinated. But one question also asked related to this: what are the limitation of central nervous system? The first limitation is the central nervous system